Hey guys, and welcome to the return of the Stars Gaming Show with me, Stars Gaming, of course. We do have a couple of guests for you just now, and we might have a further guest later on in the show. We'll wait to see. We'll keep that one to ourselves. First of all, we do have Footloose 2005.
Hey folks, how's it going?
And we also have Mr. Joshy J.
Yo, Mr. Joshy J is in the house. How you doing?
The Game Busters J at the moment is not with us, but he will perhaps be joining in later on as he has just woken up. Josh, do you want to remind everyone what time it is at the moment?
What time is it? 2 minutes past 3.
Oh dear.
So, yeah, well, we'll leave him to that. I don't know how his sleeping schedule goes, so... But hopefully he'll be joining us a little later on today. We do have the usual type of show that we normally do have. We do have What You Playing, we do have everyone's individual show, we have Bag of Shit and Game of the Week. And our headline show of the day is going to be the most underrated game.
Oh,
So-
that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah. So it's however you want to interpret that. What's a game that you really like and no one else seems to really care for, or just a game that seems to get very harsh criticism that you don't particularly agree with. We will discuss that a little later on in the show. But yeah, it's been about a month and a half since the last podcast.
God. Ages.
And reasons for that being personal stuff with myself, coupled in with we were supposed to do the show a couple of weeks ago, but it just seemed like just about everybody had to drop out due to one reason or the other. And yeah, hopefully from now we can start doing our weekly show every single week consecutively, and everything would be grand.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We'd all be happy with that. So normally what we would do at the beginning of the Stars Gaming Show is we go around the chat and ask what everyone's been playing, but we're going to change it up a little bit.
Ooh.
I first want to bring up some big gaming news, which when I wrote this 2 weeks ago it was a little bit more relevant, but it's still relevant today. The Spyro HD collection has been delayed.
Yeah, delayed until about November, I believe.
Yeah, early mid-November is what I heard. No, I've actually written it down. What am I doing? November 13th.
My
November
birthday.
13th. I think it's all to do with Redemption 2 coming out is why it's delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I've spoken to a few people about it and they've said, you know what, I'm happy that they've decided to delay it. If the game's not ready, then it's good. And I completely get that point. But one thing that kind of annoys me is, like, you set this release date, and this always annoys me. You've set a release date. This is when you were sure the game was going to be ready. It's not ready. And
Yeah.
yeah,
It's meant to come out about September, like
September
about-
21st, actually.
21st. Obviously, I pre-ordered it back in about June or May or whenever it was, and yeah, I'm getting a pre-order bonus, you know, like key rings and that.
Yeah. But as we say, look, if you have to delay it because you want it to be the best product, that's fine. But I've got to wonder, it's not as if they're making a brand new game.
Yeah, I know.
All the source details are there. I just kind of feel a little bit, how has this happened? Like, how have they gotten... Like, it's a 2-month delay as well. But
Pretty bad.
that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if this is going to help sales or hurt sales. Obviously, it's coming up to near the Christmas time, so maybe a few more people will end up buying it for a gift. Annoyingly, because I was supposed to get it as an early birthday present, but now it's coming out after my birthday, and I'm a little bit irritated, to say the least. But we can only hope that it's going to be the absolute best product that they could make, and we're not going to have to get a 7 GB update as soon as it comes out.
Yeah.
But
Did you hear what the issue about like not having like Spyro 2 and 3 on the disc?
did they not?
That was like a rumor. They're gonna have like Spyro 1 on the disc and like the other two you have to like download or something. They're like gonna be like free downloads, but the fact you have to download them, a lot of people were really pissed off about that.
So it's another one of those cases where you've got to be online to get these games.
It looks like it, unless that changes with a delay.
You've got to hope.
That's what the rumor was.
Yeah, you've got to hope that it does, because
Well, that's not good if that's the case, because I haven't even bothered renewing my PlayStation Plus yet. It expires back about, what, March or April, and I haven't bloody bothered renewing it yet.
I'm completely the same. I think you're the same as well, for not get PlayStation Plus no more.
Nah, I just didn't really like play like online games enough to like warrant like the price of it.
No,
£50 now.
No, I don't really play online. Like, obviously I play FIFA, but I just play the normal career mode.
Yeah.
No, like, I'm completely the same. Like, obviously, my excuse me, my PS4 is my secondary console. I'm more Xbox One orientated.
Yeah, you are.
I'm already paying £50 a year for Xbox Live. I don't really fancy paying another £50 for PlayStation Network. When,
Nope.
I mean, I don't even know if I get the full benefit of my Xbox Ones online.
Yeah.
Let alone playing on the PS4. Like, all the PS4 games I've got are mainly single player games. You know, Until Dawn, Uncharted 4, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, what would it take for you guys to renew it?
I think if I found a cheaper, like, PlayStation Plus, like, because sometimes you can find them cheaper, like, on eBay and that, so that might convince me to get one if I saw one at a good price.
Yeah. I think like £50 like way too expensive.
Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous. It's like a price on a brand new game, you know,
Yep.
50 quid.
Yep. Shocking.
You know, excuse me, the Spider-Man game that's exclusive to the PS4 came out a couple days ago.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that was quite good.
Yeah, because I saw the trailer for it when I was in the cinema. What was I seeing? Ant-Man and the Wasp, that's what it was.
Right.
I thought, my god, that looks incredible.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit skeptical because there's a lot of Spider-Man games out there, and there's been a lot that's been released quite recently. By that, I mean like in the last 10 years. Not all of them are great, let's just say.
I would love a remaster, like the 2000 Spider-Man game, you know,
Yeah.
like on the PS1.
With Stan Lee doing commentary.
Yeah, I'd love a remaster of that. That'd just be awesome.
That is a fantastic game.
I think to get that at some point.
Yeah, you really should. Like, it is so much fun. As you know, I didn't really complete a lot of games as a kid. I managed to complete that one because I liked it so much.
Yeah, it's good because you can go searching for the comics as well, you know, the Marvel comics.
Yeah.
I always used to love in that game because you can like crawl on the ceiling and go through like vents and stuff. I always thought that was really cool.
God, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I highly recommend anybody to play it, even if you're not a big superhero fan. But, we should move on because we've been talking about nothing for a while. Let's stall for Jay, but either way, we have What You Playing, where we just kind of discuss what we've been playing within the last week, but since it's been about 2 months, we could probably just pick anything in those last 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not really been playing a great deal, but I'll throw it to you, Josh. What have you been playing this week-ish?
About over a month ago back, I've been playing a bit of Micro Machines 3 on the PlayStation 1. Been playing it on my PS3 console, and yeah, it's a good game, you know, like you're racing cars and you use hammers, you know, army tanks, you know, to go round classrooms, you know, round a dinner table where there's music playing and Cherry's driving school, Jeffrey, Eddie, you know, Dwayne is hilarious.
The only Micro Machines I've played is the one you sent over to me, Foot, the PS2 version.
Oh yeah.
It's just great fun. I wouldn't say that it's the kind of game you can play for like 3-4 hours at a time, but stick it on for an hour have a bit
Yeah.
of fun, and then it's like,
Yeah.
right, that'll do for now. But definitely good games. I would put it that far. So is that Micro Machines V3 on the PS1?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna take a note of that so I can just look up some gameplay and stuff just to see what it's like, really.
Yeah, it's quite good fun. It is. Yeah.
It's quite a challenging game as well, quite difficult.
Even though the disc I got sometimes decides to skip bits of the game and freeze, but I just think that's where the disc is quite old.
Yeah.
So you've played it, Foot?
Yeah. I didn't win too many races though. It's quite hard to like. I feel like the AI is quite good.
What's...
Yeah, I tell you what, I hate the level where you're going around the race course where there's like vegetables on the table. I keep bloody hitting the serviette and falling off the table.
Do you know what? I'd never heard of the word serviette until I started working in the airport. Someone came up to me and says, "Oh, do you have any serviettes?" Like, obviously in a kind of posh English accent that I'm not gonna replicate. And I'm kind of like, eh? It's like, napkins? I'm like, oh yeah, just there. I'm like, what the hell? Serviette? What's this?
God.
I don't know. It wasn't really something that was commonplace in my household. It's like, you get beans on your face, you're dealing with it.
Yeah.
But what is harder, Micro Machines V3 or Split Second Velocity?
Maybe Micro Machines actually.
Wow.
I don't know. Like the cars, like hardly ever seem to make a mistake in Micro Machines. Like they're difficult.
All I can remember from Split Second Velocity is it is the epitome of rubber band AI.
I know, it's pretty bad.
It's like, you are not allowed a lead. Everything's coming down to the wire.
Yep.
But you make a mistake, yeah, you're never catching up. Stupid game.
Yeah. You need to play for that at some point, don't you?
I don't know if I can beat it. I don't think I'm good enough at racing games.
Yeah,
But
right.
maybe one day I'll give it a go, like give it a proper go to try and complete it. I'm not
Yeah.
sure though.
It's pretty fun.
But anyway, we'll move over to yourself, Foot. What have you been playing?
A few games. One of them is Batman Arkham Origins.
Oh, that's a really
Ooh.
good game.
Getting back onto superheroes again. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Also, like the combat and that's really good. So the Batman like gadgets and stuff are satisfying to use. Again, I just think it kind of lacks like the personality of like Arkham Asylum. Because I don't know, there's something about Arkham Asylum that I just absolutely love. Like the characters and stuff, the
I think
dialogue.
with Arkham Asylum, because everything's so like condensed, it's just like one.
Yeah.
It's like one small but big area, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whereas the rest of it's this huge open world.
Yeah.
I think everything feels a bit more personal and claustrophobic in that sense.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's how I feel with Arkham Asylum. I feel like every other game after it is a different game, but with the same core mechanics.
Aye, pretty much. Yeah, it's probably like one of the reasons why I dislike Asylum, just being like stuck in the asylum and that. It's, I don't know, something satisfying about that. It's pretty good. But yeah, because Arkham Origins is a good enough game. I think I'm maybe like 3 hours or something from completing it. So yeah, not got too long to go. Might prefer it to Arkham City, maybe slightly. Again, Arkham City was good, but I kind of think like it dragged on at like certain sections. I think that was probably the longest one, Arkham City.
Yeah, I think that's about near 20 hours, is it?
Something like that. I don't know. It felt really long. But one thing I like about this game is the shock gauntlets. They're pretty damn good, actually. Kind of overpowered though. Like the game kind of like tries to like get you to like dodge like certain enemy attacks and stuff. But when you get the gauntlets, you can just smash everybody. Yeah, pretty good, pretty overpowered, but again, really satisfying to use. So yeah, that's Arkham Origins.
See, I'm looking forward to when you play Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
and you can let me know how you feel about the Riddler puzzles.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because there's like big sections where you do like certain Riddler puzzles, and I personally love them.
Okay.
But I've seen some people getting really frustrated with it, so I'd be interested to know what you would think about that one.
Uh-oh. Doesn't sound too appealing, but we'll see. Another game I played for it on the PlayStation 4 was Sonic Forces,
Oh.
which is a game that's like very, very mixed with people. Some people like it, some people like absolutely despise the game. I think it's decent. I do think it is lacking compared to like Sonic Generations and stuff. But it's got a mixture of gameplay like classic Sonic, modern Sonic, and you can create your own character in this game. Which is like first time ever in a Sonic game you can like create your own character.
Oh god, we're gonna get some pretty terrifying like Sonic fan arts and stuff that's gonna get put in there.
Probably.
Oh, freaking Sonichu and all this.
Sonic 2. Oh, that's brilliant. So yeah, like, you create your character from like 6 like different animals, like a wolf, a dog, a cat, a bird, and you can create like an original hedgehog if you want.
Can you create another version of Big the Cat?
Nah, the cat's too thin.
Aw.
Like the body sizes are all I think quite like similar, so yeah, no Big the Cat, I'm afraid.
We can have Slim the Cat.
Yeah, I could do that. I'm sure somebody has. But yeah, I do like the character creation. It does feel quite limited at the beginning. You don't really have like a lot of like accessories and things. But as you complete the game, complete the missions, you get accessories. I think you get more accessories like depending on what rank you get per level. So yeah, it does take a little bit to get like decent accessories. Your character does look quite bland at the beginning, but I guess that kind of like adds to like the development of your character, I guess. One thing I don't like about the game is the characters do feel like quite slippery. Like there's like a lot of like really like cheap deaths. Like easy jumps, you think, oh, this is an easy jump, but the characters are so slippy at times that you can just like jump way too far.
So kind of like most 3D Sonic games. Just
Yeah,
lots
pretty much.
of cheap deaths.
Yep, I can agree with that. But you get no lives in this game. Just like if you die, you just go back to your checkpoint, which is kind of interesting, I guess. You just like lose like some of your like rank, I guess. Like you get a worse rank depending on how many like deaths you get and stuff.
I suppose for someone like me that would be ideal because I've never been good at Sonic games. So
yeah.
Like I always hate what was it in Sonic Generations? Those stupid like 10-minute long levels.
Oh, the Planet Wisp.
Yeah, and I'm on edge all the time.
Yep.
Those were hard.
But yeah, the levels in this game are really, really short. Like maybe like 2 minutes long or something. Really, really short levels. There's like 30 missions though, so I guess that kind of makes up for it. But like, I don't know, levels just seem to like speed by.
So does that mean that if you're decent at the game, you could probably beat it in about an hour?
Probably.
Oof.
Really, really short. I think it only took me like maybe like 6 hours like to play through the game, and I was doing like side stuff as well. So like sticking with the main story, you could probably complete like 4 or 5 hours on your first attempt, probably.
We need to look up speedruns for the game.
I think so.
7 minutes.
It'd be a good game to like speedrun, I guess, because it's quite a short game. Breeze for it. And really the only last thing I can mention is the soundtrack. I really, really like the soundtrack. A lot of people don't like it. It's kind of like electronic kind of music. I mean, it's kind of different to what you get in a Sonic game. I guess that's why people don't like it. But I like it. I like electronic music. So yeah, I really, really like it. I know Jay doesn't like it. So I'm sure if he was in this chat right now, he'd be bashing this game.
Well, if we end up getting Jay on, we'll probe him for his thoughts on the Sonic Forces music.
Aye. So yeah, I think that's really all I can say. I think it was a decent game, but now that I've completed it, I don't really like feel like going back to it. So yeah, I might get rid of it and buy it later on down the line, maybe.
Yeah, for a few quid.
Yeah, because it seems to be dropping in price quite quick. I got it for £12, so
Wow.
not bad at all.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's Sonic Forces.
So, is that your last game, or have you got another one hidden?
I suppose I could mention Star Wars: The Force Unleashed.
Oh yeah, that's a good game.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Looks like a hack and slash game with like platforming like parts in it and stuff. It's really bloody good actually. Really, to be honest, like the whole game, apart from maybe like the last two missions, they were really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember that.
I remember being in a hangar and there's like a million
Oh
droids.
yeah. Yep.
That was pretty tough,
Yep.
if I recall.
I think it took me about 20 minutes or something. Crazy, really difficult that part. Like,
Half the length of
difficulty
Sonic Forces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the difficulty seemed to like spike at the end, and like the final fight with the Emperor was actually really tough as well.
Yeah, it was. I remember that being quite tricky.
He's zapping you with lightning, like throwing things at you and stuff. Oh god, crazy. But yeah, overall good experience. I want to pick up the second game. I think it's supposed to be not as good as this game, but
Yeah, I have heard a lot of mixed things about Unleashed 2. So
you not played it yet?
I've not played it yet. I do want to get round to it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many games I need to try and get to.
Yeah.
But I do plan on playing it at some point. But I did hear quite a few mixed feelings on it.
Aye.
So I'm prepared for it not being as good as the first, but I'm hoping it's still a fun experience.
I mean, it looks alright. What I've seen in gameplay, it looks alright. So yeah, I hope it's not a letdown.
Excuse my chair. I've bought a new microphone, but I didn't buy a new chair yet. So
Oh no.
we'll get round to that one day, I'm sure.
Yep.
As for me, I'll mention, excuse me, Lego Marvel Avengers. So I've been at a big kick right now. I've been like trying to watch all the MCU films because I kind of missed out on when they all came out, and it's only been recently that I've decided to watch through them. As I mentioned just before we started the call, I've recently just finished watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yep.
Which was really good. Not as good as the first one, I don't think, but I still really enjoyed the game.
Yeah.
The film. So I've been in quite a big superhero kick at the moment. So I decided to get Lego Marvel Avengers. And it's a good game from what you would expect from Lego games. There is so many characters in it. However, I think that the characters are a little bit limited than you would get in Lego Marvel Superheroes. But every character that is so far featured in the MCU has, well, at the time, I think it was around about Age of Ultron, this game came out. They are all going to be in it, and they all kind of look like what they do in the films instead of what they assume that they should be looking like, which they'd be taken from the comics, which is fine. But yeah, it's a pretty good game. It gets really annoying because sometimes you get completely overloaded by enemies, and even though the game is very generous and you die, but you just respawn right where you are, it doesn't mean it's not frustrating when you're trying to build something and there's just a slew of enemies appearing. But it's still a good game. I'm currently trying to get the 100% in it. I've done that with nearly every single Lego game I've played. I got all the mini kits, which was fine. I didn't even need a guide to do it, which is amazing. And now I'm just going about the big open world trying to collect about 150 gold bricks, which is a little bit tedious, but it's a Lego game. It's a collectathon once you beat the game. So I've kind of been prepared for that. I've not really played it much in the last few days. I've just not really been playing games at all that much. So I do plan on getting back to it. I've only got about 80 gold bricks left to get. So a few more hours and that should be over, and I'll work on something else. I've also been playing the Walking Dead Complete Collection, or whatever it is. Which features Walking Dead Season 1 and 2, Frontier and Michonne. So I'm about halfway through Season 2 of that, so this will be the third time playing through the Walking Dead games. But they are absolutely brilliant. They're just... because it's a Telltale and it's point and click, the gameplay is as simple as you would think. The story is, like, for me, it's always quite heart-wrenching. and there's certain parts of it, it's like, oh, I don't want to play this part again. I remember what happens. It's pretty horrifying to go through. But they are really, really good games. I'd recommend anyone to pick up the Walking Dead games if they can. Have you played all the Walking Dead Telltale games?
I've only played Season 1 and Season 2.
So Frontier was good, and Michonne, I could take it or leave it. The new series is out. The final season is what it's called. I'm waiting till the whole thing is out before I buy it, because I hate waiting a couple of months for every episode. I don't like that, like the whole waiting game. It's not for me. But really, really good. I recommend those to anybody. And the only other thing I'm going to mention is I've been playing a bit of Pokemon Crystal.
Yeah.
I've been doing a somewhat let's play here on the channel. Giving myself a challenge by starting off the game with all baby Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, it's pretty tough.
I can imagine.
Yeah, you need to be quite over-leveled to have a good time.
Yep.
But if anyone is interested, I have recorded up to episode 5, and they're all up on the channel now. They are all an hour long each, so it's more something to put on in the background rather than sit and properly watch. I'm pretty happy with the series. I think it's going quite well so far. But that's all I've really been playing. Excuse me. I probably should have said to you, Josh, I just didn't think you did. Have you played The Walking Dead?
No, I haven't. No.
I didn't think you had, but I'd recommend you check them out at some point.
Yeah.
This is now the part of the show where we were going to turn to Jay for his little section, but he is currently still not here. So, yeah. Instead, we will move on to the game of the week, which is going to be Josh this week. So, what have you decided to be the game of the week?
Okay, right. The game of the week this week goes to Spider-Man on the PlayStation 1, because we're talking about the PS4 version just now, so it's only fair, I think, that we give it game of the week. So, yeah, Spider-Man is based on back in 2000. It came out on the PlayStation 1, and it's a game where Spider-Man and Catwoman are helping out each other, and at the start of the game, you're trying to get over to a bank where there's a great big bomb over in the bank, and you have to pick up the bomb and chuck it into a safe, which I find quite amusing, because a heavy bomb like that is, how can he manage to pick it up just like that? And also Spider-Man is web swinging across cranes and that, trying to get to the location, trying to escape the police, because while he's crawling along the building, a police helicopter is firing missiles and rockets at Spider-Man, and they're like, "Stay where you are, Spider-Man!" And also you have boss fights as well, like Famine Rhino. Rhino is just hilarious. It's like you jump where the generator is, he'll just walk into it and start electrocuting himself. It's just completely insane. And later on the game, you fight, before you fight Rey Mysterio, you have a clone version of Spider-Man, and I love the armoured Spider-Man outfit. Really good. And then near the end of the game, you fight Alien Carnage and then Dr. Octavius, but before you fight Dr. Octavius, you have to shut down the radiation, and then that bit where they're all locked up blows up when they're all in jail. And also, I enjoy finding the comics as well. And when I used to play the game when I was little, I think I did kids mode or easy mode, but if I was to play it again, I'll probably do the hardest mode, or the second hardest mode, just give me a challenge. Yeah, Spider-Man on the PlayStation 1, highly, highly recommend it. Fantastic game. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it's a really, really good game. And I'd say there's a lot there for fans of Spider-Man and perhaps other Marvel properties to enjoy. You said Catwoman. I think it's Black Cat. Don't quote me on it, but I think
Black
it is.
Cat.
Yeah,
Yeah, Black Cat. Yeah.
I think what's his name? The Human Torch appears in the game as well.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot there to enjoy. There's a section in the game where you end up getting the symbiote suit and you become the kind of symbiote Spider-Man with the black spider suit.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah.
Then it goes off into Venom. Venom's really fun in the game as well. You fight him, you become friends with him, all for the greater good against Carnage. Again, very faithful towards the comics that they've taken the source from. They did a really good job. I think there's also a little scene in the game where Spider-Man's sitting around playing poker with Punisher, Daredevil, and Captain America or something.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Yeah, I always remember that being really cool. And obviously the battle with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio, and I just love to play it on a harder level. You see how actually difficult the game is, you see.
Mm-hmm. But no, it's a very good game. I know you haven't played it, but I do really recommend you check it out at some point.
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. There is a lot of like different suits that you can unlock.
Yeah.
I think there's... Sorry,
obviously, I don't have the game anymore, but there are cheap copies you can get like off of eBay, so I would get it off there. But
yeah, I'll definitely get it at some point.
Yeah,
I think there's also a really cool. It's just what I'm going from memory. There's a really cool like bio screen where you can like get information about all the villains and good guys in it, so you can look up a little bit of Dr. Otto Octavius, which is Dr. Octopus and Venom and the likes of Scorpion, who you get to fight. I think he's the first main villain of the game.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of really good stuff. You were mentioning the Rhino fight, and what I remember quite prominently from that is whenever like Rhino runs into one of the generators and electrocutes himself, Spider-Man would always come up with like a little quip like, "Ooh, shocking." And I always used to really enjoy that as a kid. So, yeah, game of the week being Spider-Man on the PS1. Did you ever play Spider-Man 2?
Yes, I did. Good game, but wouldn't quite say it's as good as the first Spider-Man game. But honestly, it's still quite a good game. So, because on the second game, you go across the city and you have to collect these coloured keys to stop a bomb going off in the city.
Yeah, I didn't really play too much of the second one. I did have it, but I think there was just something not quite there that the first game had. I didn't really enjoy it all that much. What was it? Enter Electro, it was called?
Yeah, Enter Electro, and they had Sandman on the game, and you had to keep hitting the mains like with water, because that's how he would drown in that and lose health. And it's at a railway station, so quite insane. Where you had to jump like on the trains to avoid the sand.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give that game another chance. I'll need to rebuy it, but it's something I do want to play again. I really want to play through Spider-Man 1 now. But
yeah,
I've got that somewhere lying around, so I'll probably dust it off and I'll need to set up my PS3, won't I?
Yeah.
That'll be fun for me. Yep, game of the week is Spider-Man on the PS1. I think we all highly recommend that. Apart from Foot, but we recommend it to you as well.
Aye.
We will move on to Indie Game Insanity. It's when I pick a random indie game that I've played and just briefly talk about it. And I think most of the time I talk about bad indie games, because that seems to be what I gravitate towards for some reason. But this week we'll talk about a good indie game that I've played, and that is going to be Candleman. Have either of you guys heard or played it?
Nope.
No.
Not played it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah. It's a game where you play as a candle, and the whole world is really dark, and you can only really see what is quite close to you. You can boost your vision by lighting up your candle more, but that will burn some of your wax, and if you run out of wax, you die. Pretty simple. What you've got to do is you've got to navigate throughout this world. There are sections where you can light up a little bit more. There's like smaller candles littered around, so you can just kind of tap the light button to not really waste too much of your own wax and just give you a better view of what's around you, because it is a platformer and there's a lot of, not so much enemies trying to kill you, but more just the world itself you've got to traverse around. So you're jumping on leaves and streams. If you don't make the leaf, you're going to go in the water, you're going to die, pretty simply. The game itself is just quite fun. Like, there's not really too much more I can go into without just saying it's just a fun experience. It's a very unique game style. I don't think I've ever seen something like that where the world is all really dark and you've got to preserve as much of your flame as you can, but at the same time you've got to use it or you won't know where you are and what you're going to be doing, because you just can't see. And you've got to locate all the other lights so that you can give yourself a better chance. They are optional, but you're pretty much going to need to find as many as you can so you can see what you're doing. The game does get pretty difficult in sections, but nothing too much that I would say it's impossible or anything. I remember this one section where you're kind of walking on a vine, and it was just, there was no room for error. There's nowhere that you could, like, there was no way that you could, like, maybe take a little step to the left and be okay. You've got to follow this thing on its path perfectly or you're going to fall off. So Candleman, I think it's available on the PS4, Xbox One and Steam. I think it is a little bit expensive, so if you guys ever see it on a sale, I do recommend you pick it up if it is cheap enough. It is a good experience. The game is not that long, I'd say maybe about 4 or 5 hours, give or take.
Ooh.
It's been a while since I've played it. I can't remember how long it took me to beat, but I'd say about 4 or 5 hours without a guide would be fine. And yeah, Candleman. I played it on the Xbox One. I think I only paid about £3 or £4 for it, so it's definitely worth a play if you can get it cheap enough. So Indie Game Insanity for this week is Candleman. And I believe we have just been joined by Jay. No, he's left. Oh.
Oh.
Well, we'll come back to that. Next up, we have the bag of shit of the week, which is Foot this week. So what is the bag of shit this week?
I decided to go with Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness on PS2.
Oh.
Yeah, I really.
This.
Huh?
I've not played this.
Have you heard of it?
I have heard of it, but I've not heard like bad or good things. I've just heard of the game itself.
Right. Oh, Jay back?
Greetings.
Hey.
Hi, Jay.
I was just waiting for the right time to kind of step in, I suppose. I was just keeping quiet.
Well, before we continue with Bag of Shit of the Week, Jay, I want your opinion on something.
Alright.
Sonic Forces music, what do you think?
Rubbish.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it just is. I don't like Fist Bump. I think it's too cheesy. Look, just listen to Green Hill's own music. I might have overreacted in my review about it sounding like duck noises, but it really does sound bad. And it's probably not the worst, but it's still like some tracks are really bad and some tracks are just kind of average. Like they're just meh. Like I don't care. And that's part of the problem is the fact that some of them are just due to reused levels, and it's just like, well, like we've already had these levels done better with better music. So what happened? Yeah, average. Not very good.
No, that's kind of exactly what Foot said you would say.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's because he knows.
But we will move back on to the bag of shit of the week. Foot, it was Tomb Raider: Angel of Darkness, I believe.
Aye. Yeah, this game's just absolutely horrible. I remember like getting this. It was like really, really cheap. I just thought, I'll give it a shot. A lot of people say it's really bad. I mean, it's Tomb Raider. It can't be that bad, can it? Why was I wrong? I think I played it for maybe like 40 minutes, and that was enough. I just got frustrated with the game. I never went back to it. It was a horrible experience. Lara controls like really, really heavy. I mean, a lot of people have problems with the way Lara controls in like the PS1 Tomb Raider games, but I grew up with them, so I'm kind of like used to them. I can see why like some people would maybe like dislike the controls, but yeah, this just feels like a hell of a lot worse. If you didn't like the PS1 controls, you're gonna have a hell of a time with this.
Oh God.
Really bloody heavy. Like turning and stuff with the camera and stuff will just constantly get in your way. It tries to like, add a few like stealth mechanics, which just doesn't work very well because like the AI is like so bad and stuff. It's just pointless, to be honest. I mean, if you're playing Tomb Raider, you don't really want to be stealthy. I mean, it kind of works in like the newer Tomb Raider games, like Rise of the Tomb Raider. Stealth in that game works really, really well. But in this just works just terribly. It's so bloody bad. It even like introduces like a male character you can play as, Curtis, who's got like the personality of like a wet sponge. He's just like so bland and uninteresting, and the fact that you have to like play as him in certain parts is just really, really like dumb. I mean, if you play Tomb Raider, you want to play as Lara Croft. You don't want to play as like other characters. So yeah, like I say, I only played it for 40 minutes back in the day, but I've never went back to it. It was a terrible experience, and yeah, I would say it's just a bag of shit. So it gets my bag of shit.
Vinny, you guys played, was it Angel of Darkness, was it?
Yep.
Yeah, I've never played it, but have either of you guys played it?
No, I never played it, even though I played the PS1 Tomb Raider games, never played that one.
Yeah, no, I've only played like a bit of Tomb Raider 2 and 3, and that's it.
Yeah, so that is our bag of shit for the week. Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness. If anyone else has played that game, let us know your thoughts. I'd be interested. It's probably something I will play at some point, but I'm now not looking forward to it. Thanks, Foot.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That is our signal for our headline event of the podcast. I really could not get my words out right. I kept on saying words, and I'm like, how am I going to link it to what I want to say now? So this week it is, what is the most underrated game, in your opinion, of course. And we will start with Jay, because he's just joined the show and we've not really heard much from him.
Hey. So, does someone have me on echo? I feel like I can hear myself twice.
That might just be a problem with my new mic that I need to try and get sorted.
Oh, okay. So there was like a couple. It's kind of like an unpopular opinion, I guess, type thing. But what I decided to go for was Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc. Now, the reason why I think this is quite underrated, I don't think this game is necessarily like bad in terms of like people rate it bad. I think personally that the predecessor, the game before that, Rayman 2, was just like, I guess, so right for so many people that it kind of just, I guess it had a high bar to reach when Rayman 3 came out, and I feel like it kind of put it down, even though, like, I think Rayman 3 is an amazing 3D platform. Is it my favorite? Probably not. I'm probably going to have to be the majority of Rayman 2, but I don't think, like, it's that bad. But again, I feel like because Rayman 2 has done so well, I mean, it's on bloody everything now, and, like, there's no love for Rayman 3, and I feel like people have just kind of shunned that out because Rayman 2 is everywhere, and I guess Ubisoft think Rayman 2 is the best thing ever as well, because again, like, Rayman 3's only been done once, and there've been no, like, I mean, Rayman 2's been newer ports. Like, it started on N64, and then you've got the PlayStation, and you got Dreamcast, and you got PC, and then you got blooming PS2 and so forth and so forth. And it's like, okay, I mean, it's still Rayman 3, and it's like Rayman 3. It's you know, it's a less serious game, and I don't know if people preferred a more serious Rayman game. I don't know, but like you could tell they started to put a bit of humor into the game before they kind of went a bit too far with the rabbits. But we will not get into that. But like I liked the humor. It wasn't like too much or too bad. The humor was there. It was funny. Not so sure about Glowbox's squeaky voice, but he was funny regardless. Him and like there's this evil lum that he ends up swallowing by accident. The conversation between him and Glowbox is really hilarious. And oh my god, the teensies they're amazing. The Doctor Teensies are amazing. They're hilarious how they operate and stuff. I just like how every time they operate, and they mess around with like Glowbox's arms or whatever, it sounds like they're playing an instrument for some reason. It's so stupid, but it's hilarious. You know, the platforming is like what you'd expect from 3D platforming. Rayman, you know, runs around, jumps, helicopters. You can, you know, still grab onto like lums and swing about and stuff. So I don't see why people wouldn't like it. But again, I feel like Rayman 2 just kind of set that bar so high, and it's like, yeah, Rayman 2 is the best, and then like Rayman 3 came out and just slowly got pushed aside, and just like, okay, I guess Rayman 3 is a thing. So that's why I think it's pretty, like, it's like the most underrated, because just like it's such a good game, but Rayman 2 just, you know, it's just so much better and just so much more popular. So it's kind of Rayman 3's gone to obscurity now, really. But it's, again, like, it's a great game. People play it. It's got a lot of fun references to it as well. And I'm still waiting on Ubisoft to do another game like it, if they ever will. But yeah, my most underrated game is Rayman 3 Hoodlum Havoc.
Yeah, I've only ever played Rayman 1, really. It was incredibly hard, and it kind of made me... I loved Rayman as a character, but I just never really thought that the games were for me because of the difficulty. And ever since then, I've just kind of like not really followed Rayman that much. I played that crappy Raving Rabbids game.
Oh, don't, no. Oh, the rabbit is so annoying, the noise they make.
Yeah, no, I agree. Can I just say, like, Rayman Rabbids, I never class as a Rayman game. It's a party game. For a party game, it's fine, but it's not a Rayman game.
It was just...
And, yeah.
It seems like they created this character, and for some reason they just really loved it, or they thought everyone was going to really love the Rabbids. And, like, for some reason, it was just... No one seemed to take to them, and it was just really awful. It's kind of like with Despicable Me and the Minions. It's like, they've created these really annoying characters, but for some reason, on their case, it worked really well. They got their own movie and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, I prefer the Minions over the Rabbids any day.
I mean, yeah, but I still think they are these kind of like really annoying characters that it's like, did they deserve their own film? Are they that great? But
the Rabbids deserve their own TV show? Probably not.
Did it get its own TV show?
Yeah.
Oh.
I found that out.
God.
I was like, what? What? Why is this a thing? But the thing with the Rayman series is that Rayman 1 was just so hard and different compared to other games.
And a bloody big manual was well with Rayman 1.
Very true. I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. But see, Rayman 2 and 3 are a lot easier, so I feel like you'd probably have a better time with that, Stars.
Probably.
Rayman 2 and 3 are much more fair. Think of it like Crash Bandicoot 1, where it's like really hard, and then 2 and 3 are just way better. That's pretty much what it is with Rayman. It's like Rayman 1 is hard, 2 and 3 way better. Like, you'll have a much more fair time with that game, I would say. Well, both of them, to be honest.
Well, I'll definitely keep an eye out for them. I do have a Rayman game on the Xbox One that I've not played yet. It came with Games with Gold. So I'll try that out one day. hopefully, it's going to be really good.
Unless it's Origins. Origins is kind of hard.
It may be Origins, I'm not sure.
Good game, though.
So that is one of our underrated games for the podcast. We will move on to Foot. And what is your underrated game?
I'm decided to go with Final Fantasy 13.
Ooh.
People hate so many people really hate this game.
Yeah, completely agree with you. Foot. It's a very good game.
Like, unpopular opinion coming in, it's my favourite Final Fantasy game.
Ooh, wow, really? Interesting.
Yep. Because I didn't like grow up with like Final Fantasy, so I don't really have like the attachment to like the PS1 games and stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I know a lot of people like comes to like 7 and 8. I think they're like the two like most popular. I think.
Probably.
Yeah, I never had that, so I have played Final Fantasy 7 and I got so far and I kind of got lost. And I never went back to it. Obviously, Final Fantasy 13 is a lot more linear. So I think it's kind of like better for like people that are kind of like new to like RPGs and things, or people that maybe not played too many RPGs. You know where you're going basically. It's just like a linear path. But I've got to say the graphics. Oh my god, these are gorgeous, absolutely stunning. I mean, it's not far off a blooming PS4 game. I tell you, so bloody beautiful. Like the locations, like the character models. Like the facial animation and stuff, great, really bloody good stuff. And a lot of people like really dislike the characters. They say, "Oh, these are so bland and boring and annoying." And was that playing a different game?
Yeah, only Hope.
Yeah, yeah. Hope he can do one. a little whiny kid. But like all these characters, they really grew on me, minus Hope. Like Lightning, the main character, at the beginning she seems kind of like miserable and stuff, and I kind of like, yeah, she's all right, she's nothing special, I guess. But as the game goes on, she like starts to develop as a character, and just so bloody likable with the end. Like, see that with all the characters, so likable, just like developed so blooming well. And yeah, like the soundtrack's amazing. Like boss battles are really like good to look at and they're really fun. Can be quite difficult, some of the boss battles, like that Barfanulus guy takes bloody ages to kill.
Oh yeah.
And like the final boss is a little bit tricky. But like the combat system's really good. I like how you can like switch like tactics. It's like Commando, which is just like all out attack basically. You've got Ravager, which is kind of like magic. And then you can have like people who will be like medics and stuff, so obviously like to heal your characters. I usually had like medic. I usually had Vanille or whatever you call her as the medic. Usually kept Lightning as a commando, and I had Snow as like the shield character because he could take like a ton of damage. So he like kind of like defended the party, like taking like the massive like attacks and things. But yeah, it's really like the combat, so bloody good. Like I say, the game as a whole, just I had a lot of fun. Basically loved every minute of it. I just thought it was an absolute blast. And yeah, it's why I just don't get why like so many people like hate this game. I guess it's just because it's like linear and stuff. I mean, it doesn't, maybe like the last couple hours of the game, it does get a little bit more like expansive. You can do like side quests and things, but I don't mind a linear game. I like to know where I'm going, so a linear game suits me fine. So yeah, Final Fantasy 13, absolutely love this game, and it's in my opinion very, very underrated.
I guess this is like hard time. Maybe I guess it's hardcore Final Fantasy fans. I'm guessing are the ones that are complaining because I've not really played many Final Fantasy games myself, and most of my introductions to like these characters are probably not the best idea, but are from the Dissidia games. So like when I first met Lightning, I was like, wow, this girl kind of seems a little angsty, like a little like, okay, like she doesn't like people, leave her alone, like a certain soldier from Final Fantasy 7, or at least that's what I hear. People call her like the female Cloud. I don't know how accurate that is, but that's what I hear. So like I don't really know anything about the game. I do want to try it one day because I'm so curious about what people
Yeah.
like think, the controversy and stuff. I really want to just see. I'm not someone who can really get into the Final Fantasy games just in general. I try to, I really do, but something always turns me off from them. But I do want to give Final Fantasy 13 a go because I just want to see what all the fuss is all about,
Yeah.
No, Foot, I completely agree with you. I think it is a very underrated game.
Yep.
It's not my favourite in the series. I would still prefer 8 and 10 to 13.
Oh, okay.
But I still really enjoyed the game. For as far as I got, I couldn't beat that stupid Barthelinus guy or whatever he's called. And sadly, I didn't want to do the grinding to beat him, which it's just one of those things. I do plan on going back to it and try and finish it off one day, but I really enjoyed it. I thought most of the characters were really interesting and they progressed throughout the game.
Yep.
Everybody seemed to be a different person near the end than they started off being.
Yeah.
And that kind of character development is really good, and you don't really get that in that many games. They certainly don't have the time to develop the characters like that. I really enjoyed it. I've not played 13.2, I think it's called, or Lightning Returns yet. So I do want to play through 13 before I go to either of those. But no, I do completely agree with you. Very underrated.
Aye.
We'll move over to yourself, Josh. What for you is the most underrated game?
Right, I've gone for the most underrated game, Grand Theft Auto 4 on the PlayStation 3. I just feel this game deserves more publicity, because I think the characters are fantastic on the game, like Nico Bellic, Roman, and then you got the Baron, the Gay and Tony, and the Lost Demand, and I just think the game has really awesome missions, like you can go temping bowling, you can go to strip clubs, and if you start attacking like taxi drivers and they start fighting you, then the police will come, the LCPD, and they'll go, LCPD, stay where you are, arsehole, and then they'll use funny quotes saying, LCPD, may I see some identification? You got loads of different cards on you. You're under arrest. Just so funny quotes. And the radio station, we know the truth. There's a Martin Sirius show where they talk about porn stars, and a triathlon event, and it's just, I find the game absolutely hilarious, and just for me, not enough publicity, so that's why I think it's so underrated, because you can do things like what GTA 5 doesn't have. I'm not taking anything away from GTA 5, but to me, GTA 4 definitely deserves more of a mention.
Funnily enough, GTA 5 was my most overrated game from the last podcast, so very interesting. I don't know if I'd go as far to say that it was underrated. I thought it was a really good game, and a lot of people do seem to have kind of negative feelings towards it, which is a bit unjustified. It seems to always be summed up with Nico, let's go bowling or something, and people get really annoyed by it. It's kind of like, well, it happens in games quite often when you get phone calls or whatever from people you don't want to be talking to because you've got more important things to do. That's a minor gripe, but it's nothing to really turn off, and it seems to be what people go to as a main annoyance. It's like, really? It's not that bad. What about yourself, Foot? Do you have any thoughts on GTA 4? Do you feel it's underrated?
Maybe. I think it was a good game. I'd probably say it's the easiest Grand Theft Auto game. I didn't really have many problems with many of the missions. I suppose you could say the same with 5. I didn't think that was very difficult either. Because when you look back Vice City and San Andreas, there's some really, really difficult missions.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I still thought it was a really, really good game. I liked Nico and Roman. Roman, you want to go bowling? I don't know, I suppose it was a little bit annoying, like him phoning you all the time, wanting you to go bowling, but you can just say no, so it's no real big deal, is it? But yeah, I thought it was a good game. I definitely recommend it.
See, I'd ask you, Jay, but I don't really think it's your sort of game, that.
I haven't played it, so
No. But yeah, you can guys let me know what you think in the comments. Like, if you think that it's underrated. I don't know if I would go as far as to say underrated, but certainly is kind of like one of the less received of the main GTA series.
Yeah.
I've not played any of the DLC yet, so we'll see what they have to. Excuse me. We'll see what they have to hold. For myself, I've gone with sticking with superhero games. Weirdly enough, I have gone with X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh.
Now, because it's a game based off of a film, it gets that stigma attached to it. Oh, it's a movie tie-in. It's going to be bad. It's really not. Like, I wouldn't say it's a great game or anything, but from what you would expect going into it to what you actually get, it's actually really, really fun. Excuse me. You play as Wolverine, of course, and it's, I don't want to say a basic hack and slash, but there isn't really anything further adapted that would go in perhaps a really good hack and slash, maybe like Devil May Cry or so on. You do play as Logan, and you get all the abilities that he's got, so you can get regeneration. You've got your adamantium claws, which is pretty cool. Earlier on in the game, you get the little sticks or whatever it is that he has, which is taken from the film. Very good. They've actually adapted something that's pretty accurate to it. And you go through the story of the movie, but they do it well, which not a lot of games do when it comes to taking off from movies. So it puts you in all the scenes from the film. You fight all the same kind of bad guys, including Sabretooth, which was a really fun fight. Pretty tricky, but a really fun fight. You can upgrade all your abilities to make you more durable throughout the game and make you do more damage, which is very helpful because there's a lot of times when there's a lot of enemies or just a few really tough enemies. The end of the game, you do fight against Deadpool, but I can't remember what his name was in that. I don't think it was Deadpool. And I don't really know if they're going canon with that, with X-Men, with the new Deadpool films that are out, because it was kind of bad, if we're going to be honest. It was a really hard fight in the game, the last fight, from what I remember. I think he's got this one-hit kill move, which is really frustrating. But the whole game is, in general, fun. Like, you don't get tired of doing the normal hack and slash. You don't get tired of doing platforming that is in the game, is what you would also expect with a hack and slash. The whole game is actually what you would want to do after watching the film. It's like, you watch the film, it's like, I would like to play a game that makes you feel like Wolverine, and the game does make you feel like it, other than the dying. That's kind of annoying. Kind of doesn't die, but then again, if you don't die in the game, what is the challenge? If you just can withstand everything and come back. So I do recommend X-Men Origins. If you've seen the film, I think you will enjoy the game. If you're into, you know, X-Men or Wolverine, you'll probably enjoy the game. What about you guys? Have any of you guys played it?
No, I haven't actually played it, but I played some of the PS1 X-Men games, and
God.
And it's like Tekken 3, you know, like an arcade game.
Yeah, they're just one-on-one fighters on the PS1, I believe.
Yeah.
I don't think they went any further. Foot, Jay, have either of you guys played Origins?
Nah.
no, but I've only watched the film.
The film's not brilliant. I'll go
No,
that
it's
far.
not. It's not.
I love the original X-Men films, like X-Men 1, 2, 3, The Last Stand, you know, my favourite films.
Yeah, I think they are all really good films. The Origins, it was an interesting idea. I think when it came out, I always thought, are they going to do this with all the main X-Men characters, like give them a backstory? which never really happens. But then again, like, I don't think anyone's going to be that interested on a film about Cyclops, for example.
I mean,
Whereas-
I'm sure there's one person.
Well, there will be, but I'm not going to say this stuff's never going to happen. We're getting superhero films with superheroes we never, ever thought was going to actually be financially possible, like Ant-Man, the Guardians of the Galaxy, which we mentioned earlier. We've got Shazam coming out later on this year, so we're definitely getting superhero films that we never thought we would ever get. So maybe we'll get a film about Cyclops, but it's owned by Sony, I believe, the X-Men and all the properties, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But it's a really good game. I do recommend you guys maybe trying it out if you're into your hack and slashes, or if you're into X-Men or Wolverine or anything like that.
What console is that on, Mark? Is that on PlayStation 3 or something?
Yeah, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360. I don't know if it got a Wii release, but I'd imagine that'd be a completely different game.
Yeah.
And you'd probably be able to get it on Steam, I would imagine. But yeah, you could pick it up on PS3. It'd be very cheap now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that ends pretty much the Stars Gaming Show for this week. The return of the Stars Gaming Show. Next week, I think our headline show should be, what is the best video game genre?
Ooh.
So what's that basically?
Like what the type of the game. So you could say maybe hack and slash or platformer, RPG, stuff like that. RTS,
I see, like
maybe.
Or action games, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. First person shooter, third person, like whatever you think is the best style of game, best genre. So that'll be for next week, and we will, as we always do, end off the show with a little bit of Foot Reed's rap if he's got something prepared.
Uh-oh. I would say to go with Informer by Snow.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wicked.
We were talking about this.
Yeah, this is not going to go well.
Oh, it is.
Hey, give it a go, mate.
I cannot read this. This is save myself. Yeah, it's like really broken.
It's a white guy that went to jail and he wants to pretend like he's Jamaican or something. I think that's what I've got.
Aye.
I don't know what this is, so I'm looking forward to it.
You have probably heard it. It's one of those one-hit wonders sort of things.
Maybe, though I don't listen to the radio, so...
Oh, it was like back in the 90s.
Oh.
I imagine you probably have heard it at some point. But maybe not.
In that case, I probably have then. Probably blocked out, I don't know.
God. Here we go. Oh, God. What's up, man? Hey, yo, what's up? Yeah, what's going on here? Sick and tired of 5-0 running up on the block here, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Snow, they came around looking for you the other day. Word, bust it. Informer, yeah, no say daddy me Snow, me I go blame. I like it, boom, boom, down. Detective man, I say daddy me Snow, me stab someone somewhere down the lane. I like it, boom, boom, down. Informer, yeah, no, say daddy me Snow, I go blame. I like it, boom, boom, down. Detective man, I say daddy me Snow, me stab someone down the lane. I like it, boom, boom, down. Police are them and they are come and they blow me door. One me crawl through my window. So they put me in the back the car at the station. From that point on, me reach me destination. Where the destination reaching out to me east destination. Where they looked down me pants, looked at me bottom. So, Informer, you know, say daddy me Snow, I go blame. I licky boom boom down. Detective man, I say daddy me Snow, me stab someone somewhere down the lane. I licky boom boom down. Informer, yeah, no say daddy me Snow, I go blame. I licky boom boom down. Detective man, I say daddy me Snow, me stab someone down the lane. I licky boom boom down. So bigger them as they think them have more power. They pawn the phone, they say that 1 hour. Me for what I use once, and now me call me lover. love her who me calling a one Tammy. I me love her in my heart down to me belly. Yes, say Daddy me Snow, I feel cool and deadly. Yes, the one MC Shan and the one Daddy Snow. Together we are loving, it's a tornado. So listen for me, you better listen for me now. Listen for me, you better listen for me now. When I me rock at the microphone, me rock a steady. Yes, a Daddy me Snow, me the RE Dawn. But in and out the dance, and they say, where you from? People them say they come from Jamaica, but me born and raised in the ghetto that I want to know. Yeah, me shoes are a tear up and me toes just a show. Where me are born in the one Toronto. So, informer, you know say Daddy me Snow I go blame. A wiki boom boom down. Detective man I say Daddy me Snow me stab someone down the lane. A wiki boom boom down. Informer, you know say Daddy me Snow I go blame. A wiki boom boom down. Detective man I say Daddy me Snow me stab someone down the lane. A wiki boom boom down. Come with a nice young lady, intelligent, yes, she gentle and RE. Everywhere me go, me left her all the eye. The hell? Yes, Daddy Snow me our Rome dance manna. Roam between a dancing in a nation You never know, say Daddy me Snow me are the boom shakata. Me never lay a down flat in a one cardboard box Yes, a Daddy me Snow me reaching out the top. So Jesus Christ. Me sitting round cool with my dibby girl, please knock my door, wake up my pal, rough me up and I can't do a thing, pick up my line when my telephone ring, take me to the station, block up my hands, trail me down cause I'm hanging with the snowman, what I'm gonna do, I'm backed and I'm trapped, slap me in the face and took all of my gap, they have no clothes and they want to get warmer, but Shan don't turn informer. You know, say Daddy me Snow I go blame. A wiki boom boom down. Detective man I say Daddy me Snow me stab someone down the lane. A wiki boom boom down. Informer. You know, say Daddy me Snow I go blame. A wiki boom boom down. Detective man I say Daddy me Snow me stab someone down the lane. A wiki boom boom down. Diggity dum. Diggity diggity dum. Ah woo ee ah woo ee ah woo ee. What kind of outro was that?
I think I was kind of disturbed by that.
That was difficult.
See, would you consider it a good song?
Yes. It's really catchy for some reason.
It is.
It is probably the only song that he did that anybody ever knows of.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone that would say they're a Snow fan. Yeah, good work on that one. I do remember the last time we did the show, that was a request.
Aye. So it got a little bit better towards the end.
So, all that and more on the next episode of the Stars Gaming Show. It has been Footloose 2005.
Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.
It has been the Game Busters, Jay.
I'll try not to be late next time. See ya.
And it has been Mr. Joshy G.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
And, of course, it has been me, Stars Gaming. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you again soon.